Hello. You see Tim in the background and all of our gardening in his greenhouse. And today I am planting my spinach. I've mixed up my potting mix already. And this is my first time I'm actually using my potting bench this year that Tim made me for planting. I'm going to set my camera up, and I don't do videos, so you get to watch me plant spinach. I'll put my gloves on, and I've already filled up one of my containers with potting mix. So I reconstituted last year's potting mix that I saved, and I added black cow manure and peat moss and a cup of lime, garden lime, and some Epsom salt to it, and mixed it all up so that it has been reconstituted into a good mix for this year. And Tim used some of it for his tomatoes. Also, he cut off the bottom limbs of his tomatoes. Oh, look at my little ears coming out of my hair. This isn't a beauty contest. And we put those in water so that we could maybe make a few starts for me for some of his tomatoes. I need a little more mix, so I will be right back. Okay, so I went over to my swimming pool and got a little more potting mix, and I will continue filling this up. Oops, piece of landscape fabric. Get that out. We've pulled all the roots and everything from last year's plants mostly out of here, and I could use it for this year, maybe get one more year out of it, and then I'll just have to put it in my compost pile and make a whole new set of mix. But it really saves a lot, and it's good for the plants, I think, too, to reconstitute your mix and use it the next year. You do have to amend some nutrients, but it works. All right, so I have enough potting mix into my containers, and I'll have to say I have never grown spinach before, and I'm not going to grow this spinach real big for cooking. I want to use it for salads. I'll stick this down here, and I have waited too long to plant this, so it's kind of getting yellow already. So I'm going to plant it closer together than what they recommend. The tag says you should plant it container deep, 12 inches apart. I'm not going to do that because I'm going to snip it off when it's still baby spinach and let it continue growing. I'm going to stagger it in my potter, in my planter, so that it comes out. I'm going to try to fit 6 in each one of these so I can fill both of these containers up with my spinach. I'll pull off the yellow leaves after I get them planted. So I'll put one here. And then I'll put one pretty close on the other side next to it. Right on down the line like that. And then I'll add a little more potting mix to it to cover it up real well. And it's simple as this, just putting it in the container. And that is how I plant spinach. I'm going to get my potting mix back out. Fill it up a little bit around each plant so that it's container deep where the little soil line is, where it came out from the store. And I am learning to garden along with everyone else, so we'll see how this goes. Okay, and now I'll move my next container forward and do the same thing with this spinach. And I'll be right back as soon as I get it planted too. Okay, so I got the second planter full of my spinach here, and I'm going to turn this around if I can figure it out. Right there. No, that took a picture. Maybe I can't turn it around. I'll do it this way. And I'm going to take these kind of leaves off because I want to give them a healthier start, but I'm going to use my scissors to do that because I don't want to rip them out of the ground. But before I go, I wanted to show you our little friend who was here last year, and I discovered him again this year. He's our little toad friend. So we won't disturb him. We will let him stay there, and happy gardening. I'm gonna finish this off and set them in the greenhouse. Bye.